Alright, what's poppin', people? Welcome in. This is BibberNation.com back here with another video, and guys, welcome back. And today we're going to be ranking AFC NFL football teams, just like what we did for the NFC for last week. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button for me. Make sure you join the Discord, links in the description, and follow me on Twitch at MoneyLord28 so you guys don't miss any single time we go live. Make sure you guys as well go check out our Discord link. Well, no matter, actually, no matter, I already did that. Make sure you guys go check out our ESPN Fantasy Football link. We have a pick. If you want to do straight up picks for NFL Fantasy, make sure you guys join that. We also do have NBA and NFL, but if you guys are NFL, make sure you guys please join that by September 2nd. That's coming up very soon, so make sure you guys please do so. Also, if you guys haven't known me in real life, I also do, I got a tattoo this previous Saturday. I'm going to turn on my light here so you guys can see it if you guys are interested to see what that looks like. I just got it on Saturday. So, right there is my tattoo. Let me guys know what you guys think about it. You think it's cool, or I don't know. So let me guys know what you guys think about that. But I just want to give you guys a first look at it since you guys haven't known since then. So I just want you guys a quick look. But without further ado, guys, that's all my plugs I have to get into, and then let's hop right into the video. Let's get it. Alright, everybody, we are back here at the list, and I don't need to explain anything because we're basically going in the same order as last time. 16 through 11, 10 through 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, simple enough. Okay, let's go ahead and get it going. So, team number 16, the worst team in the AFC, if you are asking me right now, that is the Cleveland Browns. Listen, I don't know what Cleveland's up to this year. I mean, this team is just so... They're not connected. Like, they're a good... I was going to say good team, but they're a team that's just confusing. They're just a team that does not really know what they're really doing in their franchise right now. And I know that they still have Myles Garrett in defensive end. And I have no problems about the Browns defense, because the Browns defense is going to do its thing. And even though I'm not expecting to really be that good, but that's really what they've been known for. But here's the thing, their offense is going to be not good. They don't really have that really good offensive weapons to go to. They have like 5 quarterbacks in their active roster this year, which is absolutely ridiculous for an NFL team to even have. So I don't know what the system's going to be over there in Cleveland. I don't know who's going to start who's going to Joe Flacco. I think it's going to be starting week 1, I think. But that system and just the organization is just a really confusing mess right now. Like, I want to say something different about the Browns, but the more I look at this roster, I just can't really do it, man. They have too many confusing people at like so many different positions that I'm just completely lost about them. And I'm sorry, but that's just how it has to go for right now. Next up, we have 15. I'm gonna go Tennessee. They're basically kind of in the same situation that Cleveland is, but at least they're a little bit more organized. But Tennessee is just another one of those teams. I'm not really expecting them to be too much this year. I'm not really expecting them to do a lot this year. But I will say that they are playing in a weak conference, so there is a slight there's a slight possibility they might get out of that, but at the same time, I just highly doubt it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what Alex Ward does with the Tennessee Titans, to see how he fits with that system. That's going to be something I'm really going to be looking forward to this year. Also, they do have some key wide receiver guys that I'm probably going to be looking at a lot this year. So I can see this roster like being better. Like, give it a couple years, I think it'll be better. But for right now, I can't really look at this Tennessee roster and really expect too much. You guys know what I mean? All right, next we have team number 14. Give me the Colts. Listen, the Colts are another team that's just a very in a confusing spot right now. The Colts, I just don't know what this team is really going to be. I mean, they've been kind of inconsistent. They've been kind of made these last couple of years, and if I'm being honest, I don't really see anything different here. Yeah, like I just previously said, the Colts, they're inconsistent. They're inconsistent all around the board. Now their offense could be good at times. We've seen times last year, Josh Downs or Anthony Richardson had a pretty good game. But anyway, I don't think Anthony Richardson is a good quarterback in my perspective. But But you have Anthony Richardson, you have Josh Downs had a pretty good night, you have Michael Pittman Jr. also had some good, pretty nights, and they had some shocking wins last year. But like I said, just kind of like what I said about by the Browns and Titans. I look at the roster and I'm just not really expecting too much. But I don't think their defense is gonna be that good anyway. Alright, next we have team number, what were we at, 13? Give me the New York Jets. Listen, this team, the Jets as an organization has just been, it's just been a pile of mess. We all know what the Jets have been through the last couple of years. The Jets, they have not really been that good of a football team as of late. Even off last year, everybody had big expectations for the Jets last season, and they severely came up short. They didn't even make it close. To what we all thought was going to be one of the best seasons the Jets had in recent years, but this Jets team, I don't know, man. Like they're keeping the same core, which I don't know why you would do. Realizing that you're losing a whole bunch of seasons. You have all these down seasons. You would think they would switch up the core a little bit, but the only thing they switched up is they got rid of Aaron Rodgers and they traded for Justin Fields, and that's going to be very interesting to see how Justin Fields works around with this organization, but. And I know the Jets' defense is still going to be good because that's one of them teams. A lot of teams here in the AFC, that's what they're main for. They're well known for their defense. But the Jets' defense was not really that good last year. I will say that comfortably. They weren't really that good. So it's going to be very questionable to see what the Jets do this season. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be more relying on their defense more than their offense for them to win games, to be honest. And I look at this Jets team, and I just don't really see it. Next up, we have number 11. I was going to go with Jacksonville here, but I think I'm going to go with Vegas for all the end. And the only reason why I put Vegas is 11, because if they would have now recently Vegas has made some couple moves so far here in this off season, and what they recently have done, if you guys haven't heard, basically what they recently have done, I don't know what the game plan is here in Vegas. They basically just sent I think they sent Jacoby Myers wanted to trade out of Vegas. I think they picked up Kenny Pickett for like a 5th round pick, something like that. I just don't know what the direction the Las Vegas Raiders are headed to. And that's another organization. They could be good. I'm very interested to see Alexander Madison. I'm very entertaining about seeing him and what he can do. Vegas got some good players, man. They got Brock Bowers, they got Alexander Madison. I think they're both going to be really good down there in Vegas. I think Geno Smith is going to play really well down there. It's just the fact that I don't think this team's defense isn't really that good. Las Vegas is not really known as their defense. And I do think many times, and Vegas is not really known as a good scoring offensive team. So I think Vegas is going to be in a lot of games this year when they have to kick a whole bunch of field goals, and just hopefully that prays them to win. And in the NFL, you can't really do that. So at the end, I'm going to put Las Vegas in 11. Next up, we got number 10. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I don't think the Jags are that bad overall as a football team. Me personally, I don't think Jacksonville is that bad. They have a lot of fun, exciting players on their team. Trevor Lawrence. I'm really interested to see how he does. First time coming back from injury. I hope he does great. I'll be honest. I really love Trevor, and I'm kind of a supporter of Trevor. I hope he does really nice this season, and I will be rooting for him. Travis Hunter, I'm very excited to see him this year, see what he does in his rookie season. By the same time, Jacksonville doesn't really have the depth as a lot of these other teams do have, but I am expecting Jacksonville to be one of the most improved teams in football this year. Not playoff caliber, but if we're talking about improved in team, teams that are definitely improved from a season ago. That's kind of where I'm fitting in Jacksonville. I expect Trevor Lawrence to be more healthier this year. He missed a shit ton of games last year, and I think Jacksonville is probably going to be, hopefully they should be leaning towards the right directions this season. So kind of big expectations there for the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. Hopefully it's not too high for them. Alright, next up we have number 9. Give me the New England Patriots. Listen, the Patriots are definitely getting better as a team, as an organization. They're definitely getting better. Drake May looked good last year. Very interested to see what he looks like this year. And the Patriots actually do have a somewhat of a good, decent offense. They don't really have a lot of good players on the team, but they have a lot of mid players that that fits into the system. They have a lot, like the Patriots are not that team that just really have an all-star type potential talent, but they have like key pieces that like can stick them around in games. They have like guys that can get the job done at a consistent rate. And that's what I like about teams like that. Like you don't really need a potential all-star to go out there and be a good team. Well, as long as everybody fits with the system and knows what they're doing down there, I think that's great, and I think that's what the Patriots are kind of the team that's kind of reminding me of right now. Plus, they got Stephon Diggs, so I am kind of interested to see. Well, it's gonna be fun to see what Stephon Diggs when he plays games like at Buffalo. See how the Bills crowd reacts to him being back. That's gonna be really interesting. But right now, I'm gonna put the Patriots at 11. But I kind of like what I said about the Jaguars. They're going to be one of the more improved teams in football next season. That's what I'm kind of expecting out of those two. But I can't judge it just yet. That's why in the season hasn't even started, so I can't even say too much about it. Alright, next we got number 9. Give me the Miami Dolphins. Now, you could easily say that the Dolphins are kind of breaking up a little bit. Knowing that the Dolphins, and I think Dolphins fans can all say this, they did not have a good season last year. But listen, you guys still have an incredible offense, okay? You guys still have the offense that you guys had 2 years ago. Remember, except for, minus Kareem Mostert. But still, this team's offense is still good. I hope Tua will stay healthy for the whole year. If he does, I think he can ball out this season. You still have A-Chain, you still have Tyreek Hill, still have Jalen Waddle, so your offense is still there. I think the question first is for Miami, can they be consistent? Because they were not consistent enough these last couple years, and that's why I do think they fell short. But for Miami, I just think the key is, can you be more consistent? If you can be more consistent, I think Miami can be fine here. It's just a thing that, like I said, consistency. I think consistency is just the key for Miami, and if everybody can stay healthy, they might have a chance. Alright, next we have number 8. Let me go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I can find them. Yep, there they are. Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go number 8. Listen, the Steelers are going to be a very interesting offensive team. We already know for the Steelers, we already know what to expect out of them defensively. Obviously, they're still one of the best defensive units in football. Probably going to be the best defensive unit in football. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say one of the best defensive units in football. And that's what the Steelers are known for. They're always known for their defense. But the only reason why the Steelers have been so mid the last couple of years is because their offense has never been good, or has just never been consistent. Now with Aaron Rodgers leading the charge, I do think Aaron Rodgers is in a good spot because he actually does have a good coach, Mike Tomlin, imposing him to have a lot of chemistry in the game. So maybe that's something working down there with Pittsburgh. I do like Pittsburgh's offensive line. I will say that. Like I said, we already know what to expect from the defense. But the question is for Pittsburgh, can they stay efficient offensively? If they can, I believe they'll be just fine. But if not, they're really gonna. And this has always been the Steelers thing. When you watch Steelers games, they rely on their defense to win games. And I do think that's still going to be the case this season for the Steelers. But I hope that next step for Pittsburgh, I hope it just doesn't. I hope they can just score some points on offense. Yeah, they can score points, but they don't score enough points to win majority every single night. But hopefully their offense can actually do something this year. If they do, that'll be fine. Alright, next up we have number 7. I am taking the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right, the Cincinnati is... Actually, no, number 6. This is number 6, sorry. But anyway, Cincinnati, they're a hell of a team. We all know what they can be. We already know the potential that Cincinnati can be. Offensively, they are probably one of the best football teams I think I've seen in a long time. I don't even think we have to talk about the offense because we already know what's expecting from the Bengals offense. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, they're probably the best top 3 in the entire NFL in football right now. But like I said, I think the Bengals is just plain simple. The reason why they keep losing and the reason why they didn't make the playoffs last year is because this team does not have a defense. This team was ranked bottom last in defensive rating last year overall. And listen, Cincinnati, they're a hell of a team. This team's going to be a hell of a unit, but they just don't have a defense. And I think that's just plain and simple for Cincinnati. If they had a defense, it would be one of the best teams in the entire football. Alright, next up we have number 5, I think where we're at. Give me the Chargers. The Chargers have a good team right now. They have a team. John Harbaugh. He likes to run the football. He does have two reliable running backs that is very capable of running the football. So that's going to be a very exciting thing about the Chargers this season. I always loved Justin Herbert. I never had a problem with him. I think he's going to be really good this year as well. Mike McCartney, I thought he really stepped up in a big way last year. Hopefully he continue his ways down there. And the Chargers did make some pretty interesting moves this offseason. I'm just kind of waiting, seeing that everything will click for him. I was going to take the Bengals over the Chargers, but the only reason why I did because the Bengals defense is so bad. But anyway, the Chargers, they should be able to score. I think this team's gonna be a competitor in the division. Maybe not expecting them to win it, but they should be probably up there when it comes down to like competing for a division or contending. But overall, my question: their defense is solid. I mean, this is gonna be a pretty solid day football team. All right, next up we got number 4, and some of you guys might be surprised or maybe not, but I got Denver number 4. Listen, I don't think people know how good I expect Denver to be this year. I expect them to be pretty darn good. Listen, Denver's defense looks like a brick wall right now, and I'm just saying that like roster construction wise, they look like they can guard like almost every single thing on the football field, and it's not even funny. But anyway, like I said, Denver's one of those teams that, like I said about Pittsburgh, who else I said about Pittsburgh, New York, and they rely on their defense to win games. But what separates Denver from the rest of them is Denver actually has an offense too. They picked up who they picked up. They picked they picked up some good players. They picked up a tight end for Jacksonville. I cannot remember who that is. I'm forgetting his name, but he picked up a tight end from there. Bo Nix actually has a really good offense to work with. They said their defense is going to be a brick wall. I mean, I'm just expecting this team to be really good this season. I'm expecting this team to cause some teams some problems this season. And if they don't do them, then they're going to call myself a dumbass because I didn't predict that. But anyway, like I said, Denver, they should be a hell of a unit this year. I'm very excited to watch them. I think they're going to be a good team. Alright, next up we got number 3. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Listen, the Bills, I think they're still a phenomenal football team. With, like I said, Josh Allen, their reigning MVP. Nothing could go wrong about that. He was absolutely spectacular last season. We already know what he's capable of doing. But the Bills, here's the thing about the Bills, I know scores a lot of points because they score a lot of points because of Josh Allen. The really reason why I'm putting the Bills at number 3 and not at number 2 and number 1 is because of the receiving game. I think they do struggle a little bit with the receiving game. Now, Amari Cooper I think he went to a trade. So if Buffalo can get him, I think that can be a very nice move for Buffalo. And I do hope that he does go to Buffalo, but like I said, there's no question about the Bills. We already know we're expecting that every single year. We're expecting to win like 11, 12 games every single year, dominate the regular season, dominate the home games. But the question is, can he get past the stretch? And I know the answers have been no, but all the time. But come on, Bills, you at least got to get there one day. You were so close to Super Bowl a couple of years in a row. Come on, Bills. All you have to do is finish this out. But still, the Bills are going to be the Bills, and I don't think you would expect anything different out of them. Next up, we got number 2. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. People are saying like Baltimore is probably the best team in the AFC. If you want to disagree with that, I mean, rightly go ahead. But listen, this Baltimore Ravens team is phenomenal. They're in preseason look phenomenal. We will talk about that on Sunday because that's going to be Sunday's video. We're going to be talking about the preseason. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, Baltimore, they look outstanding during the preseason. I already know their offense is going to be Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. They have a lot of star talent on that team. Zay Flowers is getting better every single year. Their defense is definitely getting tightened up. I remember Baltimore last year was not really that good in the secondary, but they have definitely tightened it up and got better. Their whole defense is good now. Their whole offense is good now. So this team is probably going to be one of the hardest teams to beat in football right now, the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, this team is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Can't wait to watch them. And I'm actually going to Baltimore when they're playing against the Rams. So I'm expecting that to be a really good game. So I can't wait to watch the Baltimore Ravens and the Rams. I can't wait to watch them both. That will be a good game. And then number one, the best team in the AFC. I know nobody wants to admit it, but everybody has to admit it, is still the Kansas City Chiefs. And the only reason why the Chiefs are number one is because they have the tools of executing. Sure, they might not be the best look team on paper. They might not have the best offensive team in the league. They might not be the best defensive team in the league. But the Chiefs are still the best team in football in the AFC right now because of how good they execute, man. They execute stuff out of nothing, and it just feels like a regular day basis for the Kansas City Chiefs. It just feels like this is their job. This is what they do. They just execute on every single level. And I know Patrick Mahomes was pretty off last season compared to the other seasons, but I know he's out for a bounce back year. Same thing with Travis Kelce. I think it's kind of a bounce back season next year. They still have their core. So, but like I said, the Chiefs are kind of like the Bills and the Ravens. Like, we already know what to expect out of them. They're going to be really good. They're going to win like 15, 16 games again this year, and then. So yeah, we're really excited, but and like I said about the AFC, and I'm pretty sure if you guys know me in real life, heard this a lot. Until anybody beats the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC, I have no reason not to pick them as the number one best team in the AFC. But I hate to say it, but I want the Chiefs to lose, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it, guys, and that will be my list for the entire AFC. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button for me. Make sure to join the Discord. And like I said, I'm gonna hop out of here. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'm done. This is BabyNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.